Welcome back to the show, everybody. Well, we just got back from Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Blockchain Summit, and we got that and so much more. We wasted no time. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.49 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 2.7. 65,900 plus for Bitcoin, 2,900 plus for Ethereum, $111 billion plus market cap for USD Tether, 51 cent for XRP at the number 7 spot. We're up 1.6 on the 24-hour, and we're up 0.3 on the 7-day. Careful what you call progress out here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going between 51, 52 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. I have a very unique chart for you to look at before we go out of here today. And I promise you, it's not one like you've ever seen before. And you know what? If you're interested, I Trust Capital has the best gold, crypto, silver IRAs on the planet, bar none. I have loved them since the day I started working with them. I encourage you to check out my sponsor. Click the link below underneath the channel and underneath this video and find out for yourself. There is a huge difference between traditional finance and investing and being able to have full control over your tax-free investment portfolio like you do inside of iTrust. Link underneath the video. We start right here. This is Perry Ann Boring. Today, the U.S. Senate will vote to nullify SAB 121, and it's expected to pass with bipartisan support. However, the Digital Chamber has been working to repeal the SAB 121. You remember we had Perry Ann back on, I think it was in February or March. They've been fighting to get this thing knocked down, and they're doing a great job inside Congress. However, we have to worry about the president because he says he will veto it regardless of the bipartisan support. So there's still more work ahead, but we still have more tools at our disposal to get it across the finish line. We do need to repeal SAB 121. Listen to Perry Ann very quickly here.
We led that effort on the Hill. We did a very significant campaign working closely with Congressman Flood as well as many other members to help them understand just how devastating this is and why this really impacts the American financial system from being able to compete in this new technological frontier. And that led to Congress pushing on the Government Accountability Office to look into this. The GAO issued a report just a couple months ago, and their findings verified that the SEC had violated the Administrative Procedures Act and the way that it put forward the SAB 121 rules. And what that means is that Congress can completely nullify it. So just last week, a joint resolution was introduced in both the House and the Senate to fully nullify SAB 121 or end it. So there are some silver linings here. And we have seen a number of SEC actions towards the digital asset industry be shut down and disputed and fought. This is another example of that. Congress needs to pass this joint resolution, and if it does, we will end SAB 121. This is a huge focus of ours at the Chamber of Digital Commerce. We are putting significant pressure on Congress to get this done and to end SAB 121 for good.
No doubt about it. And shout out to the Digital Chamber for their amazing work. And speaking of that, the last 2 days have been a whirlwind, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to congratulate and thank the Digital Chamber, Perry Ann, Cody, Maris, Mary, all of you there, Taylor. There's so many, Alex. I mean, my goodness, there's so many beautiful people there that work so hard to put on a remarkable event. And again, very quickly, I got to spend time with Wiley Nickel, Congressman Wiley Nickel. We will get him on the show soon. And look out for him, possibly XRP 25, Las Vegas. And my man, Brandon, right there. That's my brother from another mother. And let's move quickly here as it's Cody Carbone on the scene. He crushed it yesterday as well. And you can see John Deaton and his wife and my amazing wife too. Love that. And then there was the conference itself. And I would like to thank everyone at the Digital Chamber for having me participate on stage. And everyone at the Digital Chamber pulled out all the stops to make it an incredible DC Blockchain Summit. And I truly mean that. It It was a remarkable event with the biggest people in the room. There is no question about that. So many incredible people turned out on stage and in attendance. The fight for the United States to be the leader in the fourth industrial revolution is very much alive. We will win. It was a pleasure to meet Senator Lummis, Hester Peirce, Caroline Pham, Commissioner Pham, in person and say thank you for your service and dedication to bring clarity to this new asset class. And I show you the pictures now. What a remarkable, remarkable day it was to meet all these incredible people. There's Taylor from the Digital Chamber. These people are working so hard, I'm telling you. And listen, I'm pushing myself out of my element here a bit, and we'll get into that. This is a nice retweeted quote here. This is when Perry Ann was on stage with none other than Commissioner Pham from the CFTC and Commissioner Peirce from the SEC. And this person, Bill Barr, says, it's time for the ladies to figure this crap out. The men have completely effed it up. And Perry Ann says, challenge accepted. Absolutely. And I tell you, I do believe with the three women that are on this stage, they could absolutely come up with exactly what needs to happen so we could discontinue and stop this regulation by enforcement and provide real clarity. We've got enough right there on stage to get that job done. I can bet you that. Now let's talk about this, because inside our community, we're having some real division here. Hodor, who is an OG in this space, revealed to the community that he is a flat earther. And then he began to be attacked by multiple other people in the space. And it's not important who it is, actually. What is important, rather, is that it's happening. What happened to people being able to believe what they want? You know, I have to say a big thank you to Hodor, not because I believe the earth is flat, but because he has inadvertently revealed a very real problem in this space. Whether it's your personal belief about the planet or what may become of the crypto space or Ripple or XRP in the future, the problem remains the same. People start telling you what you should think instead of how to think. It is one of the big problems in our schools and society today, as well as this little community we have, which is not so little anymore. There is zero reason why anyone should be telling someone else what they should think. I enjoy hearing about Hodor's thoughts about flat earth. I don't have to believe them, but I enjoy his passion and the facts that he presents. As an exercise, it forces me to go back through the process of how to think about things. And it is very healthy exercise for someone to put their beliefs about things through the process of how to think about something. One of the most dangerous things in life is when the human mind is no longer curious. And one of the best ways to stay curious in life is to surround yourself with people who think differently than you do. Thanks, Hodor, and keep it coming. No doubt about it. I enjoy it. Now, Tiger Mike says the problem in this community is not the community. It's with a select few with large followers having an ego war. Well, Tiger Mike, I do believe that in part, this is a bit true. There are certain people out here that want to squash what you personally believe. If they were allowed to turn me off tomorrow, they would claim that my channel is misinformation and want my channel turned off, my livelihood shut down. The problem with that is I believe wholeheartedly in the things that I believe in my core tenets I talk about here on the channel. I believe those things. I have the right to talk about those things. And people have the right to go somewhere else if they don't align with them. But that isn't enough for those people. Those people insist that what you believe is so skewed that you're doing a disservice to others. Those people are revealing to all of us that they feel they're smarter than everyone else. They should be the referee of this space. And not only that, they think you, Tiger Mike, are stupid. They think you're stupid. They think you're stupid and you can't make up your mind to know who to follow. They think that everyone out here following me or someone else that they don't agree with, they think I'm giving misinformation or I'm speculating and not being clear about it, which I'm obviously absolutely clear on my channel about. And I love it because I'm a speculative investor in this space. But the problem here is, Mike, is simply this. I've never said a word to anyone about what their beliefs are. They can believe whatever they want. I never go out here and tell somebody else that they don't have a right to talk about what they want, even if it's me. So when you're checking the community out here, why don't you remind me of who you blocked while I've been attacked for the last 2 years for building this community and creating XRP Las Vegas out of thin air? My wife and I bootstrapped this event, not because we have to, but because we want to. We're constantly asking ourselves, how can we serve this community in a more meaningful way than just from my channel or a social media platform like Twitter? That's what's happening out here. And what is taking place is that there is all of this observation of this shade being thrown on us and others because they've given in. They don't believe the macro idea that Ripple can achieve all of that they've said they've set out to achieve. They don't believe that the monetary system is in crisis and there will be a new financial revolution that involves value protocols. And that's okay. And whatever they believe is okay. But when everyone starts to believe something so much that I've got the right to harm you and what you believe and shut you down, well, whatever that is, it isn't freedom. And it isn't a world I want to live in with you or anyone else. So I ask again, who is it that you and everyone else out here blocked while you were watching me be attacked while I was building this pursuit to give the community more? I'm just curious. This is not very difficult. This is not difficult at all. I follow Hodor. I do not believe that the earth is flat, but I appreciate him and his perspective. And who knows what I might learn, right? Maybe at the end of the day, I just learned that I don't agree with that narrative or that belief. And that's okay too. But I tell you, not giving people the room to do their thing isn't a world I want to be involved in, because at the end of the day, I know I get the best out of people around me. And the reason I do that is because I let them be themselves and I appreciate them for who they are. Let's get back to this right here, because you know what? I'm going to tell you something else too. There's too much work to be done for these people out here to constantly be attacking others. Just wait until you see what I'm about to do at XRP Las Vegas 2025. Just you wait. Ripple Reese Merrick from Ripple. And listen to what he's got to say today. Shout out to the OG Bank XRP for this one.
And really from a Ripple perspective, what you need, and we've always talked about, is having and building that real utility, especially around things like tokenization, where we're really going to see the market expand and further institutional interest. I think from a Ripple perspective, just to point out, Ripple are a tech enterprise business company. We utilize XRP and XRP Ledger as a method to move and bridge currency cross-border. So for us, what we do is we take less of an interest in terms of like the daily kind of crypto movements and the growth, and more kind of zoom out, and we're focused around building real utility. What I would say is that it has been a tipping point of these large players coming in, which are obviously going to be overall good for the industry. But I think we'll continue to have to see real use cases around to have that real mainstream adoption. Look, I think the UAE has done a remarkable job in really kind of putting itself in a position to be the global crypto hub, right? If you think from a regulatory perspective, the DFSA under the DIFC have done some fantastic job in terms of building out what that framework looks like. From a Ripple perspective, last year, they actually approved XRP as a digital asset that can be used for DIFC registered firms, which is fantastic. It gives that clarity in the market that people need. We also have VARA, which is the first standalone regulator globally here. So I would say the UAE is taking phenomenal steps in taking steps forward into building out a clear framework for businesses to operate fairly here. I think I'll go back to regulation here. So essentially where we're seeing a number of advancements in the UAE, I think for crypto to really propel to what we believe it can do in terms of the efficiencies around moving money, payments, tokenization, we need more regulation globally. So if you think, UAE, Europe, Switzerland, Singapore, to name a few, have done fantastic jobs in building out clear frameworks and regimes, but we need the rest of the world to kind of follow there. This is quite topical from a Ripple perspective. Our CEO recently announced on all these social medias, we produced a video talking about how scams, are happening more frequently these days. I would suggest people to go online and watch that. But what I would say is that Ripple will never ever ask or request anyone to send them any XRP. Look, I think if you look at the Bitcoin ETF, it took 7 weeks for BlackRock to reach $10 billion in assets. It took gold 2 years. I think that people are still view things as a safe haven, but I think obviously with more regulatory clarity, more institutional adoption, then I think we'll continue to see things grow there.
Wow. I mean, I see that, and boy, Ripple Reese is a rising star, or Ripple's Reese Merrick is a rising star. And I tell you, that point about the ETFs in 7 weeks to hit $10 billion took gold 2 years, right? Now, look, I hold both. You know that. And I believe in both. And I believe both in all cryptos, and not all cryptos, but crypto itself, digital assets, will be a part of the financial system, as I do believe gold in the future here too. So this is remarkable. Hearing this from Ripple's Reese Merrick is so positive to me about getting clear regulation around the world. We're closer than ever, and I learned that yesterday. We are closer than ever to really getting a stable coin bill this year. No question about it.
Now, it's a very colorful chart. You probably can't read it.
Okay, as promised, I have a chart that you have not probably seen before. According to Raoul Pal, the Global Liquidity Index, the GLI, indicates that the crypto market capitalization will explode in the next 2 years. Check this out. Shout out to Raoul.
This is global liquidity. This is the GMI global liquidity. This was on that tweet thread. Now, it's a very colorful chart. You probably can't read it. If you're colorblind, you're totally but what it says is the yellow periods are summer. In summer, what we find is liquidity increases. This is global liquidity, not US liquidity, global liquidity. So in summer, liquidity starts increasing. Obviously, 2020, because of the pandemic, it went bananas. But 2016, 2012, these were good periods for liquidity. And guess what? Crypto, technology, they all rose. Then you get into fall. Fall is often when the real fireworks happen. Liquidity keeps pumping and then eventually tops out into winter. That's when you get the corrections, the crypto down cycles. So we've got the best 2 parts of the cycle to come. Obviously, the best entry was at the bottom of winter. This is...
And there you have it right there. Now, that's a hell of a chart, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I don't know what's going to happen, and it's not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. But I tell you, if we get that stablecoin bill, you've heard me say it a million times, I think it is just as important as the Telecommunications Act of 1996 was to the Internet of Information that we're using today. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. You can join us at digitalperspectives.com. Click the Freedom Zone. Come on in and support the channel for next to nothing. We appreciate everything you do, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. I'll catch all of you on the next one.